This here next one's rock and roll.
Okay, we're back again with my friend Tracy Barton. Tracy, with all the trainers out there, look, I know your skill level and I know that you win, but what would you like it to be about TTB cutting that differentiates itself from others?
The main thing that I think of that I try to do is, number one, when I came back to the East Coast, I wanted to build a non-pro amateur base back. When I left, the East Coast was really decimated by the stock market that crashed 10 years ago. And it's just...
Can I interrupt you for a second with that? Because I have a nonprofit charity foundation and we work to raise funding for that kind of rescue, and I know that 2008, 2009 just decimated the middle class, and when it decimated the middle class, it decimated the middle class horse owner.
Yeah, your blue collar guy was out, and your top tier guy, the majority of them went out because the stock market crashed. So your third tier guy actually became your number one guy, and it was really hard for them to afford to put a horse on the road and in train and then go to the big ones because they just couldn't afford it. So,
is that, if you don't mind my asking, is that recovering it at all?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're on a huge uptick now, and the price of horses are coming back to what they're worth, and the trainers they're getting horses back in the barn, and people are breeding. But it's a 7 to 10 year cycle. I mean, everybody starts breeding, and the stud market goes up, and the stud fees go up, and then it gets to where it's too expensive, and then it goes back down to where we have too many horses and not enough trainers, and so then it gets the market gets saturated, and then everything goes down. And in 7 to 10 years, we're back going up, and that's where we are. So we're on the uptick, and probably for the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be really good.
Now you had, and I'm sorry I interrupted you for some business stuff because I want to talk about the non-pro market and the non-pro rider, but you had also, in a private conversation with me, you had talked about that what you want to really distinguish your brand is hard work, dedication, and quality. You used a phrase which I'm going to write an article about, drinking the blood of the chicken. I thought that was great. Can you explain that?
Sure. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, about building up your non-pro amateur base. In order to do that, you're going to ride a lot of horses that are at different skill levels. You're going to ride the really good ones and some average ones and some beginner ones. And, it's really nice just to ride the good ones. I was fortunate enough to ride and train our Cat King Cole, who was a world champion, reserve world champion, a national champion, affiliate champion, and we actually got him inducted into the NCHA Horse Hall of Fame, and that's the first time in NCHA history that a horse from South Dakota did that, and it's the first time in history that a stallion that was an affiliate champion, area champion, regional champion, national champion, and world champion accomplished that, and he's the only horse. So,
By the way, if you have a chance, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. He's a phenomenal, eye-popping horse.
If you look up 2014 World Finals, Cat King, NRR Cat King Cole, that's the one to watch. But, everybody wants to ride those caliber horses. I do too. But those horses are very special, and you don't get those all the time.
Right.
So, if you're going to be successful, the trainer's going to be successful, and if I'm going to be successful, I quoted a long time ago, you got to drink the blood of the chicken. And what that means is that whether it's cold, hot, you're tired, it's windy, it's Thursday night, Friday night, you need workhorses, you need workhorses. And you need to get your job done. And if somebody sends you a horse and they're expecting you to ride it. It may not be your favorite horse, but you need to ride it. And there's a lot of trainers that, a lot of people that it's difficult for them to ride those low-end, middle-of-the-road horses. They just want to ride the good ones. And my philosophy is anything that comes in this barn, we ride. And if you have 72 horse, you make it the best 72 horse you can. You don't blow it up trying to make a 74 and end up with a 68 horse. You know, you want to ride it to the horse's ability, max that horse out without pushing it beyond its limit. And in order to do that, it takes wet saddle pads. In order to have wet saddle pads, you've got to ride every day, you know. And there's another saying that I always had: the day that I don't practice, somebody else is, and then those people are going to beat you. So I look at it that it's not the horse's fault if you're tired and you don't want to ride. They're sitting in that stall expecting to be ridden. It's your job to do it. So, you know, if you drink the blood of the chicken, then you're accepting that fact that you're going to have to ride no matter what. And, you know, so that's our philosophy.
You made a statement also that there are, we're not going to mention names, but you made a statement that there's a lot of guys that just want, almost a trend, the guys that just want to be showmen, not trainers.
Well, I think in the last 6 to 10 years, the industry's changed to where it is a showman deal. You know, there's a huge emphasis on the major events in Fort Worth and Vegas and Pacific Coast, and those are our marquee markets. Those are our marquee shows, and everybody wants to go show and win there. But we also have 2,200 other events throughout the country, throughout the year, that are NCHA approved. And it's really nice to have a really good horse and just bounce from show to show. You know, the 2 years that I hauled coal, you know, I lived that dream. I just bounced and went to shows. And I was a showman. You know, I tuned him. It was easy to tune, and we showed. But the industry has produced a lot of showmen. I don't feel that it's produced trainers that the non-pros can ride behind. I mean, there's a lot of good trainers out there, and there's a lot of tremendous showmen, and I don't want to take anything away from either one of those. But I do believe that the trend has kind of gone away from teaching and training a cow horse to training a show horse. And Buster and Greg always told me, they said, especially Buster, he said, train a cow horse and the show horse will come. But if you train a show horse, you're taking some of the cow away from that show horse, and they don't become a cow horse.
I think also there's a, which we're going to get into next, is there is a, geez, if you don't develop a non-pro population, then it affects the whole industry also.
Well, right now it's an amateur. It's more of an
Oh,
amateur than a non-pro. There's not in NCHA. There's open, non-pro, and amateur. And within that, you have unlimited amateur, 50,000 amateur, 100,000 amateur. You know, they're trying to make it so that everybody has an equal shot at winning based upon their skill level. But, you know, like when I was working for Northridge Ranch, we had some outside horses, but it really didn't matter because we were promoting Northridge. But when a trainer's out on their own, they sure need a good following of customers, non-pros and amateurs, that believe in the program, that are going to ride with them. You know, when they're winning, they need to have fun, and when they're losing, you know, don't jump ship, stay with it. And loyalty is a huge, huge factor in this industry that at times is lacking. And you know, I feel very loyal to the ones that are loyal to me, you know, and I stick with them. And so it's really nice. I have a core group of customers that are very loyal to me, that believe in what we're doing. And so, you know, you can always fall back on them if you have a problem or if you need to go show.